Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm Agnes Low, professional corporate trainer and Gallup strength coach. Today is a very special season, Chinese New Year. Lunar Chinese New Year, we always say, 恭喜發財, 大吉大利 means very prosperous and have wealth and also health in our new year. Today, we are going to hear a very special sharing about caring for God's creation, about the environment, about the world. This special guest is my special mentor, best friend, a friend from Singapore who lived in Hong Kong, where I met her 17 years ago through a faith sharing group in Hong Kong. Then she brought me to one of my very passionate activity, her Toastmasters Club. I'm very thankful to this very good friend of mine. And without further ado, I'm sure everyone would love to hear her sharing. Thank you. Lilan from Singapore.
Thank you, Agnes. A very happy new year to everyone. And 恭喜發財, most important to stay healthy, especially in this COVID situation. All right, now, Agnes, thank you so much for your introductions. I am really very humbled by what you have said about me. So as Agnes have introduced, I am a Singaporean, born and bred in Singapore. I have been in Hong Kong for close to 20 years. So I started off as an accountant. And then after some time, I decided to become a teacher. And now I'm taking a break, starting working on my happiness project to spend more time with my mom in Singapore. My mom has never had a chance to go to school. So I thought it would be nice to teach her how to read and write Chinese character, and to spend more time going out with her, together with my siblings. And recently, I have started another happiness project to make popsicles, lollies for my family.
What type of popsicle?
Fruits, I realized it was just blend all the fresh fruit together and just put into the mold, in the freezer. And I realized that is quite fun as well.
Yeah.
And healthy.
It's Singapore, very hot place. Tropical country, need popsicle every day. That's great. Yeah. I'm sure you have some very special moments in your career change, especially after you have taught for how many years in Hong Kong?
Oh, I was teaching in a Catholic secondary school for about 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Share with us.
And prior to that, I'm like working as an accountant, for close to 20 years. Well, life as an accountant is pretty good, especially, it pays well. You can travel to different places. I meet friends, and challenging, interesting job satisfaction, and so on. So it's been quite good, until I find that I've been working very hard to profit the company, to pack my pocket full. But is there something more to that? Is there something more meaningful? So after some soul searching, some reflections, I tried teaching. And I find that it has been a very fulfilling role, fulfilling jobs. So I find that the youth today are really, really very impressive. They are very creative, very agile, very talented. They could study well, they could dance well, draw well. Wow, really multi-talented. it's very, very fulfilling, to see how they grow. And I hope, in that few years that as a teacher, I have, to a certain extent, make a difference in their life. During the course of the teaching, what really hits me most is one of the topic which I was to share with the students, which is about caring for God's creation. Now, as I researched into the project, I realized we have a very serious problems in our hand right now. And I would like to introduce a letter from Pope Francis, a letter titled Laudato Si, and care for our common home. So Pope Francis reminds us that there is a growing issue that is happening in our planet. Our human environment is deteriorating together with the natural environment. The earth is crying out, the poor is crying out, and we all know that during COVID-19, when a lot of activities slow down, the world rejuvenate. Just like Chinese New Year, 大地回春. So, what can we do? So that sets me thinking, and I must say, it hits me in my heart. And I'd like to share with you some of the quotes in the letter from Pope Francis.
Okay.
What kind of world do you want to leave to those who comes after you? Your children, your grandchildren. What kind of world? And Pope Francis is calling us for a deep, real, and a lasting change to our lifestyle. How we buy things, how we consume, how we produce. So a real, deep, and lasting change to our lifestyle, productions, and consumption. I'm sure we all know, that we are kind of overloaded with plastics.
Yes.
How often, Agnes, when we take a plastic bags, how often do we actually use it for? Yeah. Sometimes, like you take it for like just a few minutes or have a plastic, a bubble tea, you drink a cup, okay, lasts you for a few minutes or good a few hours, and then you dispose of. And how long does it take to decompose the plastic?
I have read it really takes a long time for decompose, but for our convenience, it's easy, right, to use.
Yes. Yes. So I was really, really alarmed, that like it takes about 20 years to decompose the plastic.
20
and the
years?
toothbrush that we have, the plastic toothbrush, it took 500 years.
Seriously? I did not know this data.
Yeah, I didn't know as well. I said, as I researched more into the topic, I was like alarmed, by how serious the problem is. There's something which, when I talk to friends about this, we all know it in our head. We know, wow, yes, the earth is crying out with lots of plastics. From the head, does it go to our heart? Do we feel it? Do we feel that, the earth is crying out, the animals are crying out, they are eating plastics? And, even plastics have got into our food chain. So, what good is knowledge and passion if we do not have action? So, that makes me, this topic, caring for God's creation, which I share with the girls, it hit me very hard. And it really reminds me to move from the head to the heart to the hand. And because of that, so I take more actions, like to do recycling, to bring my own bag, my own containers. I go to the wet market, I will bring my own containers to put the meat inside. It can be troublesome, So normally I plan what I want to buy. So I'll bring the necessary plastics to put things inside. And initially I find it's very troublesome as well. It's inconvenient. And so I decided I change it into a game for myself.
How?
I tell myself, every time I go to the wet market or when I go to the grocery shopping, my challenge to myself is that I will not bring back additional extra plastic bags. So it's like whenever I achieve, I get home, I look at, my achievement or my success, I feel really happy. So yeah, turn that into a game for myself. And I also start looking for alternative, like instead of shower gel, perhaps soap, try to buy refilled pack or things that is less packaging.
Yes.
And because of COVID in the past 2 years, I have time to research more about composting, turning the food waste into something that is more useful, make bioenzyme to replace the detergent, dishwashing. So that is about reducing. And on the other hand, recycling. I have 3 different containers at home where I put my paper, my plastics, the other things, and I will bring to the recycling center in Hong Kong. Sometimes I also buy second-hand things, furniture, especially on Carousel. It's not easy. It's not easy, definitely, to buy second-hand because the color, the size, may not really fit. But then again, I feel a sense of consolations that I have managed to save a piece of item from going to the waste, to the landfill. Yeah, and
in Canada, I also are quite eye-opening in doing a lot of different things. Talking about recycling, I think one of the most obvious one, besides paper need to really separate and then not throw in the garbage, is battery. My husband will always, those kind of things, will have a bag to save them and then bring it to the recycle center for the battery. Instead of the battery, throw it in if he discovered there is a small battery, I finish and throw it accidentally to the garbage bin, he will pick it up and then say, it should be recycled. I mean, it's very obvious, especially in any kind of dinner gathering, even though now we don't have a lot of parties or gathering. Sometimes people feel that it's easy to bring, I don't want to wash, and then bring some paper plate. But I can see a lot of friends here, they usually will bring their ceramic utensil, even though later they need to wash. And instead of always, so many waste of paper plates and also the plastic utensils to throw in the garbage, and everything needs to separate very clearly. I just saw a notice in our neighborhood that management saying, please be reminded that there are someone throw a pair of jeans in the garbage. There are some food in the garbage and some paper. Basically, there is a bin for paper, there is a bin for metal, there is a bin for glass. So you need to really separate instead of mix them together.
Well, Agnes, I am, really, really impressed, what you have said about the environment, the recycling, the concepts of recycling in Canada. And I heard about, in Japan, in Taiwan, things are fairly similar as well. People are very serious about recycling. But, in Hong Kong and in Singapore, I must say, we have still a lot to learn. We still are catching up. And I really hope, that as individuals, we will become more aware of our consumptions, of our lifestyles, to make some changes. Yes, it's inconvenient. Just to share with you one of the memorable inconvenience that I have is I faithfully brought a pair of scissors that was spoiled, and I was thinking, wow, I mean, you know, metal there, right? You can recycle. So I just bring it to the recycle center in Hong Kong, and I got rejected.
Oh,
it says,
why?
Because the plastics handle is filled together, you know, with the metal, so they don't accept. Wow. So what do I do? Throw inside the rubbish bin, which is really convenient. I left it there for some time, you know, in the house for some time. And one day I just decided that, I think it's just really waste to go into the bin. So I decided to hammer out the plastic handle and the plate, you know, the metal plate.
Wow.
So, yeah, so it was really, I think, inconvenient for everyone. Recycling is not easy. And I really hope that corporations, big company, they could really help us as well, the consumers. Perhaps, you know, put aside or put less emphasis on profitability. Think about the environment. Produce, manufacture goods that is more durable.
Yes, yes.
Televisions, fans, and so on. Have repair service that is also affordable. All right, not the expensive, you know, charge you a leg and an arm that you prefer to buy a brand new one than to get it repaired. So yeah, affordable repair service. Perhaps also have alternative for consumers to produce more refill pack. For example, maybe detergent, shampoo refill pack, rather than, you know, the whole bottle. You know, so really, I was hoping that there will be more economical and effective alternative for consumers. And I like to share with you in Singapore when I first returned now here. I was very impressed when I saw this advertisement that a store in Singapore cooperate with Unilever to offer Dove shampoo, shower gel, and so on. So it's like, wow, that is good. I mean, it's affordable. I mean, I was very impressed, is because in Hong Kong, when I tried to buy refill shampoo, and after I use it for some time, I kind of realized, well, that is not really sustaining. It costs about 2 to 3 times what I would normally pay, and not to mention the inconvenience. So yeah, so cooperation, please help us consumers to make the world less polluted.
Yeah.
So this is what I hope for.
Yeah, that's very important. I remember earlier this year, I had a client, is from Hong Kong. Her company is called 𝑬𝒂𝒑𝒊𝒏𝒆𝒔, which is from England, I believe. It's all the packaging is about packaging. Everything is recycled. So the Mooncake Festival helping some hotel or some brand to make the boxes, or some kind of parties, they are making all these kind of utensils. They are recyclable, so which is also very good. Here, even the McDonald's straw, now they don't use plastic. I know it's not easy to really use. I heard some people's opinion, but plastic is really hard to decompose. That's why they use the paper straw. And I guess now there are quite a lot of cafe or fast food company also change it as well, right? Or even don't offer. I remember, is it don't offer straw? Thank you so much. This is a very, very good intention and also initiative to make a difference in the world. I'm very glad to hear your sharing.
Now, one of the saying by Ghandi is really impressive as well. He said, "The world has enough for everyone's need, but not for everyone's greed."
Wow.
Greed. Now, can we think about, the greed for the latest fashions, the greatest gadgets, and so on? What about greed for convenience? We have enjoyed such great convenience with the invention of plastics and, the recent technology, in the recent years. So much so that we hang on to this convenience and, time save is money. But it all comes at the expense of someone else, and that is the earth, the environment. So perhaps for this Chinese New Year, when we buy gifts for friends, for family, we'll think about, the packaging. If we can buy those with less packaging and therefore with less waste that goes into the refueling it or to the dustbin. So yes, it's payback time, I should say, for that convenience that we have enjoyed.
Yeah,
it's also good to slow down, I think. Yeah,
there are many ways to recycle as well in different seasons. Like we can always reuse some of the wrapping paper. We can always reuse the Life Sea package, the envelope, red package. That's why I saved the previous year's one and then reuse them. Yeah, we don't need to buy new one. And that is a very good recycling ways. This is very meaningful. Thank you very much for your sharing, Lilan. And I know your initiative talking about the recycling, reuse, and caring project. And how can we support you? Please share.
Yes, Agnes. We all know it's not an easy project. I had my own challenges, friends or family who are not very supportive. So in order to keep us going, I think it would be good to have like-minded people who share the same vision, who would like to do something in our own way. So it'll be good, we have a community or a group of friends with like-minded people who could share ideas how we can be more environmental friendly, to support each other along our journey. So that let's give, rejuvenate and to care for this earth.
Any kind of like-minded friends, please contact Lilan. Yeah, and I'm sure that this project will be a very, very meaningful one. Thank you. So my channel is about power of gratitude. Is there anyone or more than one that you would like to show gratitude, your gratefulness? Please.
Definitely. Now, first of all, very, very thankful for this beautiful earth that we stay, the trees, the sun, the air, so very, very grateful for God creating this beautiful earth for us to stay, and reminding us to take care of it, to take good care of it. And I'm also very grateful for my family, who has been very supportive, and my friends who have been very good to me. Agnes, a very good friend in all the many ways. Thank you, Agnes.
You're welcome. And really, it's my honor to have you as my friend as well in my journey. So thank you so much for today's sharing. And here is the recap. Next time, we will have another special guest. Stay tuned. Happy New Year, and I wish everyone have a very prosperous Chinese New Year. Thank you, Lilan, for joining me. Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you, everyone. Stay healthy. Bye.
Stay healthy. Bye bye.